I would like to talk about ground, path, and result of Mahayana Buddhism. Ground is there many ways we can describe the ground of relative truth and ground of absolute truth. Ground of relative truth is that the outer world and inner the beings. And the outer world, this is just our world, and from this point of view, we have countless words. We cannot count it, how many words there are. At the same time, inner beings is countless. We cannot count how many there are sentient beings. As long as space, they're filled with sentient beings exist everywhere. Just normal, we know human being and animal beings. We don't know other beings. As there limitless sentient beings exist, even in this world. How those sentient beings comes from? It comes from the ground. That ground of relative truth, we can say, 5 elements, so forth. And if we describe further, then ground of absolute truth, which is fundamental nature of everything. And Sutta point of view, this is a dharmata. And emptiness. It doesn't mean nothingness. Empty and free from any disturbance, mental factors, in mind, matters, free from everything. We start from the ground. It is free from thoughts. It is free from the words. Another way we can say it's beyond words and it's beyond concept. And so we as sentient beings, we don't recognize that ground. So then we are the confusion in this world. We have suffering. Our life is a struggle in this world. So one who realizes this ground is that the Buddha Shakyamuni, who understand these fundamental nature of our mind or fundamental nature of everything. How they started, what it is. Then we say he's become awake, enlightened. So he taught over 40 years how he realized this fundamental nature of everything and what we should be have to understand. And he described very subtle, the rough to the subtle, the very subtle and subtlest ones. And that we are looking further our object of senses, the eye senses, ear senses, and nose senses, and tongue senses, and so forth. The eye consciousness, ear consciousness, those work with senses, and it's just we know we see only rough phenomena, the form, feeling, and sound, smell. We cannot see it subtle, the finest one. And that's one who realized fundamental nature, these wisdoms, sees very clearly it's emptiness. There is nothing truly existence. There is nothing permanent, truly existence. Everything is emptiness. Their subtlest mind is we can't compete by microscope level of microscope. Even microscope, we know what we see is not true. We can see further as kind of space. The subtlest wisdoms seeing further that, then those wisdom sees everything is emptiness. At the same time, those appearances are like illusion. It's like a dream. Appears is not truly existence, but we feel it's truly existence. It's true. It's like a dream. When we are dreaming, when we don't realize it is a dream, it is not true, but everything is as true in the dream. When we wake up, what we're dreaming is not true. It's disappeared. Similar, what we see, what we hear, what we taste, just a relative level of experiencing is when we realized, when we become enlightened. It is just awake. There is not truly existence. So Buddha says, phenomena is like illusion. It's like dream.